The Hebrew text in the Bible has hidden formats. By revealing these formats, I will prove the first writer's words were hidden from you. These formats look like poetry as I group them into small paragraphs. Their grouping will become known as a psalm, and together they become psalms. Let me show you our Creator's 12 commandments, listed in Exodus chapter 20, verses 1 through 17. Any father of a family or his wife who did not obey any one of these 12 commandments, our Creator demanded they bring him a sin offering. Thus, our Creator defined the word sin as not obeying any one of these 12 commandments. Next, I want to show you how I changed one word in Exodus 26, verse 26, the word bars to arches, and the words now reveal the style of the roof for our Creator's tent for meeting with Him. Let me show you the translator's words from the preface of the 1611 King James Bible. They gave 4 reasons for themselves or others to edit the Bible's words. The red arrow at the top points to their 3rd reason to edit the text. By the light and feeling we attained unto ourselves. The next red arrow down points to them giving the title, the Divine, to a clerk named Gregory. The next block of words, they point out they were happy that the first emperor of Rome established the year to the course of the sun. Behind this text means Nebuchadnezzar ordered his kingdom to follow our Creator's calendar when he stopped eating grass. Did you notice the letter S in sun is capitalized? This is to give respect to the Egyptian sun god Ra. Have you seen the Egyptian obelisk in the Vatican's front yard? The last arrow points to your reward for studying the Bible. Your reward is to have a fellowship with the saints and participation of a heavenly nature that will never fade away. There is no such thing as nature to a truthful Christian. Our Creator created everything. By their own words, they were not seeking to know our Creator or Jesus. Not everyone has the knowledge to correct every word. I have an old Bible program that has the New American Standard Bible 1977 concordance to help find a better word. Their concordance has the number of times they use that English word in a parenthesis for that Hebrew word. The translators removed his name, YHVH, to put in 2 titles, Lord and God. I replaced those titles using the letters Y and V as his name, for the Hebrew language does not have a J, O, or W. By using these 2 letters, I am closer to the truth than anyone using J, O, or W for his name. So why is there a single letter O in the Hebrew text 1,095 times? No proper English was used? The blue highlighted text is text that I am removing. The red highlighted words are little words that I'm adding. Gray italic words are words that I added. To respect and honor our Creator, all capital letters in purple are our Creator's words. This is Jesus' prophecy, for I am revealing the first writer's words to tell you the true truths about Jesus. As the text is revealed, you can taste the writer's style of wording. Their words will take your belief to trusting our Creator. You will be watching prophecy before your eyes as I edit true truths back into their psalms. All right, this is Malachi 1, and I'm on chapter 3, but I want to show you what I've found so far. And we just have this statement that it's coming from Malachi. And what we have here is words from our Creator. I haven't actually made them all capital letters yet, but they should look like this when our Creator is speaking. I do that to honor and respect our Creator. And then what you see is a 3-verse to 3-verse. And the problem here is it jumped to a 4-verse. But now it's our Creator speaking again, but he's talking to the priests that are despising him. So this alone can actually be picked out in time where this text actually came from. And then all of a sudden we have a 3-verse again going on. And then what happened here in 2, We have more words from our Creator, but they're in a 4-verse format. And there's quite a bit, and the story actually is quite long, which is really nice to see. And then all of a sudden, I have more pieces of 3-verse. Now, this text here I didn't highlight as well because this is actually text about a prophet would say to people, and that's in his own words. Okay, so what I'm going to do though is this one is pretty much on 3, and I'm hoping to get through 4 as well. So let me get started here. Let me blow this up so you can see what's going on. That looks good. Yep. And what I do is I just try to cut the shortest verses I can to begin with. So, behold, I'm going to send my messenger. Now, according to the text before, this is Jesus. Messenger, and he will clear the way before me. And that's not true. We have the vision of or we have the knowledge that Jesus came and what he did. So the Lord whom you seek will suddenly come to his temple. The messenger of the covenant in whom you delight, behold, he is coming. It says YHVH'S. Now, we know that our Creator is the creator of everything, so we don't need that text. If I've got him as a messenger once, I need him a messenger again. Behold, I am going to send my messenger. And this actually wants to connect like this. So and it's not going. He made a promise. Behold, I promise. Behold my promise to send my messenger. Okay, that's pretty good then. If I do that. So behold my promise to send my messenger. Behold, it's more or less to be remember. And since that is too far away from the word behold, even though I'd say it's in the shadow of the word, I'm going to make it my word. Behold my promise. Remember my promise to send my messenger. Suddenly suddenly he will come and it's not his temple to my, this would have to be house, but I don't know if I'm going to be using these words here. A temple is known as a place where they put pagan idols. And it's true that Jesus did everything within 1 year. It's known as the favorable year of our Lord. So, not his, it's mine. But I don't need, but the word suddenly, it doesn't need to be here. Although if I use this word here, I just take this word here. Whoops. Because I try to keep as many words as possible that's in the text. How come that did that? Oh, this would be here. Suddenly he will come to my house. Okay, now there has to be a if I don't use this, it's not the, it's your, and it's not Lord, it's King. So I don't need these. This is the Hebrew word for the title Lord, but it needs to be changed to King. And since our Creator is speaking here, your King whom you, it's not to seek, but the object is they're supposed to wait for him. So, your King whom you, your King whom you wait for, comma. Now that's, whoops, this needs to be all caps. Seek and wait are close enough. And then that way, this becomes the first 4-verse grouping here. This is all being said twice. That's already been said up here. And we know it's our Creator, so he doesn't have to restate what he's saying. Most of the prophets start out saying these words are from our Creator, and then he says his words pretty much the way he said them. I'd say that happens more times than often, but the other is that some prophets will say he said these things. So, all right, have the first statement. But who can endure that day? Day is coming. Who can stand? Who can stand when he appears? For he is like refiner's fire. Or like, okay, we don't need this. This is just over embellishment. And our Creator does not need to say those things, or wouldn't say them. They will sit as a smelter. Purifier of silver. Now these, actually, maybe I was wrong, because they're 4-verse. He is like A refiner's fire. I don't know how he's like soap. This goes with this, but this soap thing doesn't match. So I would not ever say that he's like a soap. To purify. And I think that's just a Y. Yep. Purify. To purify silver. He will sit. Will he sit? I don't know if the word sit is right here because I'm not sure what a purifier does or a smelter does. He's got to be able to stroke the fire. He's got to have put in the silver, and then he's got to pour out the silver when he purifies it, or it drains, I guess, well, he's got to skim it off, I guess, and then I think he will do like a smelter. That's too much. He will sit like a smelter. Whoops. To purify. Okay. Okay, this is Jesus, so I gotta do this. Gotta do this. Okay, and then W is, I try to respect Jesus by using words like this. And I'm not sure what's going on here because it's a 3 verse. I can't use soap. There's no way to use the word soap here. No. Okay. I guess I can't use that browser. It seems it's not working for me. Okay. That failed for the day, but I can keep making the video because I found that it's still going up on Twitch. So, but who can endure the day of his coming, and who can stand when he appears? I'm not sure. Who can stand before him when he appears? Because this here is a wrong statement. Who can endure? That's just a wrong statement. So this would be a 3 verse. And these being that they're coming from our Creator. The day he comes. Whoops. I'm just going to say it's green. The day he comes, who can stand before him? Who can stand with him when he appears? And then this is what he's going to do. Who can stand with him, comma, when he appears? So whoops, whoops. The day he comes, period. Who can stand with him when he appears? Although this is our creator. Okay. So now I have 3 verses that look like they're going to connect together. Okay, so that's a good thing that they actually connect. Now, he will purify the sons of Levi, which that is wrong, and refine them like gold and silver, so that they may be, so not maybe, so they aren't going to do this. That's, the priests are so corrupt, that's not true. Jesus is going to replace the priests. So that needs to be out of there. And this being purified as he will set us, we already have these words pretty much being said. Then the offering of Judah and Jerusalem will be pleasing to YHVH's the days of old. We know that this is not true. Oversalted words. Then I will draw near to you for judgment, and I will be swift witness against the sorcerers, and against the adulterers, and against those who swear falsely, and against those who oppress. Now this is odd. Who oppresses the wage earner, who oppresses the widow, who oppresses, yes, the widow and orphan, and who turns away the alien. This is not needed. This is not needed. This is not needed. Now, this does seem to be a story here because it's continuing, and that's what you're looking for if you try doing these on your own. Is it a 3 verse or a 4 verse though? I got who oppresses the widow and the orphan. That seems to do this. And and who turns away from me, who turns away from me and does not fear me. Okay, that seems to be a 4 verse. Now, and it can't be it's got to be Jesus again. He will, but it's not a swift witness. You will be a witness against and it's not sorcerers, it's going to be mankind to sum them all up. Swift witness against mankind. Then let me start working on this verse above just to see if I can do better with this verse. He will draw near to you. Like this is almost like this one should be a 3 verse. Then he will, well, because he's got to be like this, it can't be drawn near to you. So if I get rid of this, then he will judge. He'll judge as as a witness, because I already have these. Against mankind. This wants to actually go to here. This actually wants to go to here. So if this is a statement, then that becomes a 3-verse. Now, here, he will, let me see what these two words are. Draw near. There's got to be something better than draw near. So I use this concordance. And when I click on the word, yep, they have two Hebrew words together. So what they'll do is they'll do draw near. So present. And it comes near, so not draw near. So then he will I don't like that, but I'm seeing that the word approaches. Then he will appear, then he will bring. Now, how do I have this? I'm really searching to try to figure out how these words, when I'm reading them, then he will, um, let's see here. I'm not really satisfied with anything that's there. So now let's see here. Because when I'm seeing this, I'm seeing it as going to be like a 3-verse. And against those who oppress the orphan and the widow. He will approach as judge. He will bring judgment. He will then he will judge as a witness. If I use the word draw and change it to approach that we've seen over here, uh, right right here, you can see it's used 12 times. and other times as well. And if I get to that word, approach, so he will approach, then he will approach. I don't like the word approach now. Okay, I put it in and it doesn't work. And this doesn't work. So how come, what am I seeking here? He will judge as a witness against mankind. If I use this of me, that they've lied and distorted about our Creator, then I don't need that because I'm going to use that against mankind, comma, who swears falsely of me, by me. They're using our Creator as their excuse for you to believe them. Okay, he will judge as a judge and witness. He will be judge and witness. Let me get rid of that word. He will judge and witness. He will be judge and witness against mankind who swears falsely by me, and against those who oppress the widow and orphan. Okay, that took me a long time to get that right. I was trying to make something out of those words and shouldn't have. But I can continue. Who turns away from me and does not fear me. Therefore, you sons of Jacob are not consumed. Okay, well, we know that that's... These are two pieces that I can't get anything out of here. In the days of your forefathers, you have turned aside from my statutes and commandments, not to keep them. You are to return to me, and I return to you. But you say, how will we return? Now I can find two verses here that would go together here. By saying for what happened here? For they, it's not a you, it has to be a they. For they I don't think I need this. I've got that by turning away, not cap. I've got turning away. And I can do this aside to away again. For they have turned away from my statutes and commandments. Yeah. The commandments, like I keep telling you, those are the agreements, the agreement to stay in his land. And then when Jesus is announced as king in heaven, for forgiveness, you have to obey the commandments to be forgiven. So statutes are here and here. Statutes are more important. That's circumcision and celebrating the Passover, is passing over. So now I've got a 4 verse. And this is not, there's not enough here. Okay, you will rob our Creator, yet you are robbing me. But you say, how have we robbed you? In tithes and offering. That's just wrong. Our Creator knows what offerings are. Tithes, there's no such thing. His house was made to forgive not obeying the 12 commandments. You are cursed with a curse. This is not making sense. How are they robbing from our Creator? Bring the whole tithe to the storehouse, so that you may have food in my house. Test me now, says YHVH'S, if I will open it for you, the windows of heaven, and pour out for you and bless it till it overflows. Well, we know that that's made up words. Then I will rebuke and devour you. That isn't what our Creator was going to do. The agreement is that he was going to cast them away from him, so that they might destroy the first fruits of the ground, which this doesn't make sense, or your vine in the field. Cast grapes, says YHVH'S. Well, this is just all nothing here. And all the nations will call you blessed, will be delightful land. You will be a delightful land. I don't think so. That never happened. Your words have been arrogant against me, so yet you said, what have we spoken against you? Because I'm seeing a lot of text actually connecting here, and that's just what looks like what's going to happen. And what profit is it that we keep your laws and that we walk in the morning? This is not true. This is not true. Doesn't have anything to do with walking in the morning. And if I'm up here, I have to keep that in mind. And I'd have to add the word for to start this verse off. For you, for you said it is vain. Now this would go back to the priest to serve, and it would be their creator, because if he's talking to the priest and they went away from him, this has to be their creator because they're in his house now. So, and what profit is it to us that we keep? And this would be commands to sum it up. There would be a question mark. Now this, they're against our creator, so I'm gonna just, but I have to make sure the text represent that they're talking about our creator's commands. It's just putting this like disdaining words coming out of their mouth here. So, and again, be like this. We keep. Okay, now that we have a 4 verse. Now that goes back with the 4 verse text above. Your words have been arrogant. This is why we, yet you say, what have we spoken against you? Your words. Now is this a 3 verse? Because there's not enough text to make a 4 verse. Let me go back over here, get to 13, and okay, been arrogant. So if we do that, then okay, so I I don't need this. Your words have been arrogant. That's a statement against me. And then I get rid of this one here. Yet you say, what have we spoken against, it would be me. Maybe that's a question mark here. Let me see. Yet you say what? Yeah, it's a question mark. Now I can make this a 3 verse if I need to, but your words have been arrogant. Yet you say, what have we spoken against me? I think it needs to be said. Yet you say, what have we said against me? I think that's going to be okay. Getting farther here. Maybe I should do a cleanup here just to wow, I didn't think I'd gone that far. Oh man, I went 50 minutes. Sorry about that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it on another document here and show you the difference of the formats that are being found here. So there's a 4 verse. This is a 3 verse, so that can't go together. That's a 4 verse. This is a 3 verse. And then this is a 4 verse, so this is going to be separate. Now it comes back to a 3 verse. And then back to a 4 verse. So this is what I've got so far in Malachi 3. It's copy. So to show you a little bit farther away here, a 4 verse, a 2 verse, 2 verse that go together, 2 verse, 2 verse that go together. So that should have a double space, and then back to a 4 verse, and then back to a 3 verse, then to a 4 verse. So this one needs space. But that is what is cleaned up so far. So, now we call the arrogant blessed. Not only are they the doers of evilness, they build up, but they also test wiving. They aren't going to escape our Creator. They can't escape. So let me just get rid of the easy words that you can't escape our Creator. test. And you can see that this is not being said by a creator. Don't need this word. Okay. This would be them saying after they've changed his words. Now, it doesn't need to be that. So it needs, now they call the arrogant blessed. Yep. It has to hook together. This is going to be a 4-verse. And this built up, I don't see that. Wickedness is actually evilness. Evilness means to be against our Creator. And that's what he's been saying. That, you know, if you got priests and they're saying that, why do you serve our Creator? What profit is in keeping his commands? See, they don't believe Jesus, a male born on earth, can forgive you to enter into his kingdom. They just don't believe that. They believe their practice of meditating and having a sex with a so-called female goddess gives them this, they become gods and then they will live forever. In the Asian world, if you example the Buddhist, and you must remain single to have this meditation practice, that they become gods, okay? And they have a knowledge of afterlife by meditating every day for 10 years. They never lay down to sleep. They meditate every day. And then after 10 years, or right around 10-year period, they start witnessing a being in their darkness come to them and start talking to them. It happens more often by the time they're 25 years meditating, that they're with them all the time now, every day. They're witnessing, talking to those that are dead. So that's their proof of afterlife. And if you go to the video right below in the comment section, proof of afterlife, you can do it. And that's what's changing their mind, that they don't need the practice to know that they're going to live forever. But you males can actually witness, you have a soul, talk to the dead, and know what the abyss is like. Now they call the arrogant blessed. They don't need this. Don't need this. They called the arrogant blessed are, oops, I guess it's there, are doers of evilness and test our Creator. This test, I'd have to take a look at more of the text altogether to describe that. But that's a 4-verse format. Man, is this text being jumbled together. Okay. And the book of remembrance was written before him. Our Creator been around a long time. You don't need a book. He knows everything. So that's not true. Those who fear him. And you can't esteem his name. I'm trying to see how the text is coming to say, where is this going here? Where is this? It would be then we who fear, why they said to one another. But that's getting three words in a verse. And why they gave attention and heard us. No, I'm not seeing any of this making any sense here. So, um, on that day, I will prepare my own possession. Our Creator owns everything, and man spares his own son. That's just nothing true. You're going to live forever. He's sparing everybody. So you will give and distinguish the rightness and the wickedness before one who serves. You again distinguish between the righteousness, the righteous, and the wicked. And this would have to be here. This has to go down here. This has to go up here. This has to go like that. Ooh, between women does not. I don't think this is needed. This is just no. I don't see it. I don't see it. But what I'm going to do is I'm not going to color it in case, because there are words here that are saying something, but if I need another verse, I got to go back and look at this, or another group to make a paragraph. I will look at that text. So let me see here. This here text, I got keep his commands. So when I bring this up, keep his commands. So I only need to clean up this one. And then go back to this. And this. Okay, so what I've got is all this cleaned up under Malachi 3. So that means cleanup would go. Wait a second. I think I've got it at the end here. Yeah. So I can put it down here at the end. And I'll see what I got here in 3. Malachi 3, remember my promise to send my messenger, your king whom you wait for. He will come to my house. That's a 4 verse. The day he comes, who can stand? Now this is, when it starts out like that, this is like he's talking when he appears, for he is like of refiner's fire, and he will sit like a smelter to purify silver. Then he will judge and witness. He will be, I can think I can use the word for here, but against mankind who swear falsely by me, and against those who oppress the widow and orphan, and who takes or turns away from me and does not fear me, for they have turned away from my statutes and commandments. Your words have been arrogant, yet you say, what have we said against me? For you say it is vain to serve their Creator, and what profit it is to us that we keep His commands. Now they call the arrogant blessed, and doers of evilness test our Creator. Get rid of that. Okay, I got a lot of pieces, 3 and 4 verse. And it seems like the 3 verse are going to go together as if he's talking to them. So, behold, the day is coming, burning like a furnace, and all the arrogant and evil doer will be like chaff. The day that is coming will set them ablaze, says YHVH'S, so that they will leave them neither root or branch. But for you who fear my name, the Son of Righteousness, the Son of Righteousness. Now, this is quite a statement here, okay? In the 1611 preface, they use the exact same words, the Son of Righteousness. And I have to say that I've got to make a special note of that because, oops, this is 4th. This is the wrong kind of 4th. I have to make a special note on this, just to keep it for my records. Malachi 4 and verse 2. I just need that, and I'll put that together when I make another text or another intro. So sorry about that interruption, but it is so important. I needed to do that. Sinai will rise with healing in its wings, and you will go forth and skip out like calves from the stall. This we know is not true. Well, what do I have here? Behold, the day is coming, burning like a furnace. All the arrogant and evil doers will be shaft. No, I don't. He never really got rid of evilness. They still exist. You'll down the wicked, for their ashes will be under your soles of your feet on that day which I am preparing. And that isn't true. Remember the law of Moses, my servant, even the statutes and ordinances, commandments, which I commanded him in the Sinai for all Israelis. Behold, I'm going to send you Elijah the prophet. That is reincarnation before the coming of the great and terrible day. He will restore the hearts of the fathers to their children, and the hearts of the children to their fathers, lest I come and smite the land with a curse. Well, this is not true. So I got nothing out of 4. So let's see here. What time is it? Okay. I have time to combine the text and correct this, what I've got here. So I've got to say that this, because I'm going to make a PDF up, and I'm trying to say that below is text, or was is low is low are the hidden formats and extra editing. Okay, so this, I'm going to say 14. And then this is the text. Now here, it's odd because these are like, that's the statement. And if that's the statement, that means, well, I could make it a 3 verse, I could make it a 4 verse. Malachi 1. And this is a 2-verse, and that's unknown. Well, no, that's A. This will be the first piece. What I'm doing is I'm noting how this text is, where it started from. And then what I'll do is when I'll combine them later, I need these as groups to be placed where I know that they need to do. So this is Malachi. I guess I should have copied all this for this one. This would be B, and this is a 3-verse. Now that's a 3-verse. The 6-point didn't work here, so I'm trying to do all the editing right now to go through all this that's there. And just get this kind of cleaned up and prepared. Oh man, I hate that. Oh, what happened is the formatting skipped over and didn't carry through. Hey, it did. So let me put like that. And now this is a 4-verse. Oops. I'm still doing those. That's right. I got carried away. I was going to start editing again. So these are, this worked. Okay. Okay. That is double. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. It's not good. Okay. Now I've got that started. That's the end of it. So now let me go back up here and grab this. Well, I guess I can grab that one there. Okay. That's a 3-verse. That's a 3-verse. That's a 4-verse. So if I put this in here, and then this is a 3-verse. So if I do that again, and then 3-verse. Now this text, it's moving up, forward, move up, move group up to 1, 2, 3. And what happens is I'm going to say, take this, make it 8-point, and then move it to right here. This would be blue. Okay. Blue text. And I usually try to highlight something like that just to draw the attention to this number. Easier to spot. And then move it over so they look in this area straight up. Now that text is going to be removed as an 8 point. Okay. I'm removing it to put it here. So maybe this should actually be like this. That way it's not confusing to those who are going to look my stuff over later. And now I got to grab this verse. And I'm going to go down here. And now this is actually 2. And it's actually a 4 verse. So if I copy that, it's 4 verse, 4 verse, 4 verse, 4 verse. Yeah, this was a good 4 verse. Now this, I know the story is going to change. I just don't know if it's actually going to be just continuing to where I would make it like the second chapter of this text. So, but this does change. Again, whoops, I need that, whoops, I need this grouped again. And then I can go here. This is a 3 verse. If I put it again here, put it here. Now, this is verse 3 or chapter 3, 4 verse. Yet this is chapter. Oops. I was afraid I forgot. I want to grab this. Because this is 3. And then that's a 3 verse, so that's good. It's 3 verse. And then it's this to be a 4 verse. It's number 3 and a 4 verse. And then it's back to a 3 verse. Then it's back to a 4 verse. And then that would be the end of that. Okay. Now, let me go back here and see if I got all these right here. Okay, chapter 1, 2 verse A. Chapter 1, 3 verse B. 3 verse, no, this is a 4 verse C. 3 verse D. 4 verse E. F. G. Whoops, this is 3, isn't it? No, they're all 2s. That's good. So 2. Better save that. Now we got 3 verses. Left off at G, H, I, 4 verse, 3 verse, 3 verse, 3 verse, 3 verse, 4 verse, J, I, J, A, L. Okay. Now I need to put in these editing marks so I don't get text like this that has these skips. So what I need to do is I need to open another sheet, bring this down a whole bunch, and then go to the top and say, I don't know if you can see it all, but I'm going to show you that first I'm going to grab the 3 verses. This is a 3 verse. It's the first one. So I'm going to put that right there. The next 3 verse in order is this. So that will be there. Next 3 verse is right here. See, I don't want to catch those markings right there. And I'll put that right here. And then that's 4 verse. And then this is 3 verse again. And then I got that 1 verse, 3 verse here. What I'm going to do is then try to see if I can actually make a story out of it. Now, what I need to do up here is just go 3 verse, save, okay, and then make a copy of it. And I'm going to come over here, and now I'm going to do the 4 verse. And I'm going to start at the beginning again. And here's the 4 verse. If I put 4 verse right here, save, okay. Whoops, I'm going to come down here, put the next one here. So 4 verse is right here, and this is a long one. So well, that one follows right after. It's just a different subject. 4 verse. I'll put a couple more spaces between there, because I never know where these pieces are going to go until I start putting them together. And then this is a 4 verse. And then this is a 4 verse. And I don't think I've really done this type of work in a video before. So this is what I'm doing usually with the text. after I'm offline. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, again, just a bunch of lines to start to keep the format Old Hebrew. Now, in the 4 verse, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start trying to read these and say which one is actually the beginning, okay? And it looks like this if it starts out with our Creator. Oh, yes, this would be the first group, declares YV, okay? So maybe I'll leave that here. No, if that's the first group, I need to come over here, put it here, but I need to remind myself that I've grabbed it. So what I do is I color it like this, then take that off later. But now, when I'm reading this side here, and I know you can't see all of it, but YV declares, you priests despise me and ask me how I'm despised. Okay. Except I will not accept their offering from you. For my promise to YV is a life forever. This is all one group. See, this is talking separately. I'm going to see if I can stick this one next. If it starts sounding right. Now this would be our Creator speaking, so I've got to correct all this right now. And if I did anything, I would have to stick that verse between these two. And I'm not going to accept your offerings. And then I'd have to edit as, for you have turned away from me and do not fear me. And who has turned away, you have turned away from my commandments, but I will remember my promise. See, this goes here, and I can edit that to make it blend, and then blend with that one. And then this would be this 2-verse grouping as like this. So I need to color this gray. Now, this seems to be our Creator speaking. But that doesn't read like our Creator speaking. So what I need to do with this then is break this up. This would be IA and IB. And now take this, go back to here. Oh, hey, it's right here. So I can paste it right there in the regular format. Now I don't think there's any more below here. Okay. Well, why did I click on that? That I just did. So let me bring that down. Oh, it was stuck over here. So that's the text I'm working on. This is the 4 verse I'm trying to make sense of that I took. Okay, this is what I'm trying to put together as a story. Okay, so at the top this should say 4 verse. Well, that one is, and this is the story I'm trying to put together. This would be reordered and then reordered 4 verse so I don't forget. Okay, so what? Now this is separate. So this one here I have is not our creator speaking. So put that over here. And this one down here is him not speaking. And do like that. Now here, for man doing this, why we will cast them out, yet let's say why. Yet YV has witnessed you, for you and your wife have acted unfaithfully. She is to be your companion and wife by law. Now they call the arrogant blessed. There's a gap missing between them. It doesn't read smoothly as a second. Well, maybe it does. Is if these two group together, now they call the arrogant blessed. Okay, let me see if I got any other text that is. Nope. So that's going to be all the text I've got of somebody talking to who or what or why. I don't know. So let me divide this a little bit more. Now, if this is going together in, let's see, this has to be edited as saying, for you have, okay, now this would be like this, like this, like this. And that's the new editing to blend it. I've turned ED. For you have turned away from me and do not fear me, for you for you have turned away from my statutes and commandments. That reads really good together. Okay. That reads very good now. But I will remember my promise, and I'm going to just put this all in red anyway. But I will remember my promise to send. Okay, that reads pretty smooth, not the best smoothness. Now, it's going to be talking about Jesus, so this is the text to talk about Jesus. So let me go back up here and grab all that. And this would be yes. This would be our Creator speaking then. Or this would be for my promise with Yah is a life forever with me. With reverence he will revere me and walk in my name. My true teachings will come from his mouth, and no righteousness will come from his lips. He will walk with me in peace and uprightness. This is really, really, really good now. And now I got to say, whoops, I forgot to highlight this text as gray. This will be gray. Actually, since I corrected all this text here, let me bring up the original. And stick that here. Okay. Now, what text don't I have here? I've got this text left over. Okay. Well, let me see where that might read. Because actually, I've got an ending here. Those two group together. Those two group together. But that's going to go right here. And then this is going to be this. I don't know what went here. Okay. But it is missing. So then that one is complete. Now, since I got the 4 verse done, I can get rid of that. Bring up this. And I can say something like that. Or verse reordered. Okay, and I don't really put the chapters on here. So what I can do is I can just grab all this, copy it, stick it here. That'll be a verse. I might have to go through and highlight those a little bit stronger, but that editing should be up here in the 4 verse. Yeah, there's editing. And I already did the editing, so there should only be this editing here. Down here, no. I edited this. This is J. So I got to go put this back up on J. Right here. Because I want to take out the editing marks here. Okay. And that means something like this. Or it does mean exactly this. Okay. Now this was H. Oops. Do I have any editing more down here? Yes. No, yes, I got that already. And no more editing. Okay. And these will be where the new chapters start. But there's got to be 2 spaces, 1 space. In fact, I can do this as well here. I can't get rid of that one yet. That's the end. Now there was this extra piece down here at the bottom. This here. It's just a piece. So this will go here as a piece. But it's going to kind of go with this text. Because when I blend these books together, this is what happens. I want to come back to say this, when I put it together, I'll have all these markings there, and then they'll be able to go into a book, and then I will clean it up. When I put the paragraphs on, I'll get rid of this, but I'll probably put the paragraphs in underneath it so it can be chased back to show what work I did do and why this is being edited the way it is. This can be put together. This is going to read as is, as a double space. And this, and I just make 14. Make it so it's loud and proud there. So, okay. Now that's the 4 verse. Now I got to do the 3 verse. So now that I got the 4 verse done, I don't need that. But the 3 verse I got to do like I just did the other one. Get a new one. Bring that over here. Bring this one over here. And okay, now where is the beginning of the 3 verse? Oh boy, we're not going to have a beginning. Okay, so but this would be a good beginning of him talking to him. Okay. Now this actually is our creator speaking. So let's see. So I have usually our creators speaking first. So let me put that in here first. Now I've got highlight that I've grabbed it. It's not evil when they present blind. Although this, my altars. So this here again is going to be our creator speaking. Then these two group together where I need a space here and I'm missing text here. So oops, I haven't finished here. But this is what I've used. This too sounds like it's our creator. No, no, he's not. No, this is not our creator speaking. But over here, I now have a 3 verse missing. So 1, and that's the 3 verse that's missing. Because I don't see any of the text more saying he's actually saying these things. So over here, though, yes, that would be a good start. That's a start. Now this is going to be I believe these are words of him. I'm going to change that to of him, meaning Jesus, not that he is speaking. So I got to take a quick break here. So, what I'll do is I'll put up what books I've got here together and you can read that. I'll be right back. Okay, made it back. So I'll leave that running because that's some of the books I've got started here. For he will be like, that leaves that. I need to say I added these words. And then this way, this is making the text as if somebody else said this. This text does not go here. And this text is just a piece that I can't actually say goes with this group. And it's really not that important. So I would say this is going to be just thrown out. So now let me bring up the first document. Oops. Yep. And what did I just have here? This is K. Verse 3, K right here. I'm going to get rid of this and not use it anywhere. This is 3I. Adding this here. And I'm just going to use green as adding, because if I do red, you ain't going to see those letters. So, and grab all this. And say that's, so I've done this editing. Now, I didn't edit any more. Okay, now let me get the text that I've done here. Yeah, let me re-clean this up again because I'm going to just copy and paste this section here. Yes, this is going to be the only part of 3 that we got in a 3 verse. This is too separate to say who is saying these words. But that is how the text is going to be cleaned up and then edited. I'll save it, but I don't need to save it. Get rid of this one as well. Then bring this over and say, okay, now we do have some very important words here being said. So this will be the only text. I can guess I get rid of that marking here. And that's going to be the text that will be meshed together. Now, like I said, we don't have the words of Babylon in here at all, okay? And we know it's about Judah, so the thing here is let me get out my timeline here and show you where this text is going to go. And that is this is going to happen in his years, okay? Because he's speaking against the priest. And I've told you before, the story of Manasseh, the king Manasseh, he meditated, had sex with the so-called female goddess, and put her idol, his figurine of her, into the house of our Creator's meeting room, which defiles it. That means the priests were corrupt, and you know that the story is about the priest as well. So Malachi is actually a prophet at this time. I don't care what you've been told, we now know that as the truth, because that's the story about bad priests. They were all good priests. In fact, our Creator was still appearing to the priests as a light above the mercy seat when they went to meet him, all the way up until Hezekiah. After this guy, no, they overtook, and then nothing. So our Creator did not appear anymore, and then they fell away. So, but now that text is done, I will mesh it with the text and go from there. But it's going to be pieced together, because all of this, 3 verse and 2 verse, are going to just go as it is in the text. So have a great day, and stick around. I've got more books to do, because I'm going to compile all the books that are actually speaking about our Creator truthfully together. And right now, all the small prophets, they're done. There's no truth in, like, Jonah. That's just made up bullshit. So the thing here is I will be now working probably on Daniel next. And that should be exciting to see that when it's done. So